historic figure who not only became legendary in the United States but worldwide as he defended the rights of black people and promoted a message of peace. Over the weekend in Allentown, Bimini, a bust of Dr. Martin Luther King was unveiled. The occasion was to commemorate his inspirational visits to the island. Our Cyan Thompson was on Bimini for the ceremony and has this report.
It was here in Bimini in the 1960s where legendary American figure and civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King wrote his famous Nobel Prize speech. Now there is a permanent reminder of his presence in the Bahamas. It was in Bimini where Dr. Martin Luther King wrote his famous Nobel Peace Prize speech, which he delivered in 1964. Dr. King also wrote his speech for sanitation workers, delivered in 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee, just days before he was assassinated. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Christie told Biminites that founding father Sir Lyndon Pindling and Dr. King had a friendship and shared similar values of uplifting oppressed people.
And it is the synergy and sharing of common values and struggles where Dr. King's life's work inspired Sir Lyndon Pindling and his fellow travelers who were then fighting for majority rule in this country.
It was the natural beauty that lured Dr. King to Bimini for relaxation. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Obie Wolshcombe, said Dr. King and other famous figures like Ernest Hemingway used Bimini's tranquil environment as inspiration to write.
He came here to ensure that he could commune with nature, that he could take a break from the stress of the Civil War. And so he found Bimini.
Son of Dr. King, Martin Luther King III thanked the Bahamas, in particular the people of Bimini and bone fisherman Ansel Saunders, who was Dr. King's tour guide during his visits in the 1960s.
Be ashamed to die until you've won a victory for humanity. Now you may say, Brother King, that's a grandiose thing, but really it can be broken down this way. You see, we can win victories in our neighborhoods. We can win a victory in our school. We can win a victory in our places of worship. Some of us will win victories in our city and in our nations, and some may win victories even in our world. But be ashamed to die until you've done a little something to make the world in which we all must live a little better than it was when you arrived.
The Dr. King's memorial bust was created by renowned American sculptor Eric Bloom as an initiative of the Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial Committee. Cyan Thompson, ZNS News Network.
Well, don't forget to keep those Family Island news stories coming. Just drop us a line at finews@znsbahamas.com. We'll be waiting to hear from you.
Welcome to tonight's edition of the Business Beat, sponsored by Royal Fidelity. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Let's take a look at what's making business news today. The Bahamas Telecommunications Company will unveil its first franchise store in Grand Bahama Thursday to be operated in the Britannia Plaza on Polaris Drive in the Caravelle Beach area by businessman Keith Roll. The new store will mirror the 9 other retail stores around the country, including 3 in Grand Bahama, offering the same line of BTC products and services. Bahama Striping Company hired United Kingdom certified striping technician and trainer Brian Bostock to help create a robust and strong Bahamian striping industry. The company's goal is to empower young Bahamian men to international standards and spawn other businesses. Bahama Striping, the country's leading paint and thermoplastic striping company, contracted the Liverpool-born Bostock to continue training more than 13 young men in the art and science of thermoplastic to meet a likely demand for $4.5 million of striping over the next 5 years. Remember, you can send us an email or join us on www.znsbahamas.com or become our friend on ZNS's official Facebook page. And that will end tonight's edition of the Business Beat, sponsored by Royal Fidelity. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Thanks so much for watching.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. What is depression? Depression is a medical illness. medical researchers believe that there are biological, genetic, and emotional factors that combine to influence who will develop clinical depression. Depression can affect people of all ages and is different for every person. Depression can run in families, and difficult life experiences such as the death of a loved one, losing a job, facing significant financial hardship, or a chronic illness can increase someone's chances of developing depression. We also know that personal patterns such as difficulty handling stress, low self-esteem, or extreme pessimism may contribute to factors to depression. In addition, support systems or lack of them can influence your risk of the disorder. Depression is not just feeling sad. Clinical depression is a real illness with physical and emotional symptoms, and it can be treated. If you or someone you know is suffering from depression, get help now. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.